Alright, hello and welcome to the EFZ Casuals. Looks like nobody's there yet, so I'll start with some local play. Not sure actually, can I? Let's see. Public lobby. Create. Actually, can I? There we go. Oh, public, okay. There's a lobby. Local play. Exists? Oh yeah, it works. Okay. Just gonna practice while waiting. I'm not actually sure if we'll get many people because of it's a mix of Thanksgiving and it's a World Cup. Maybe not the best day to host the casuals. Let's see. Why not? Huh. How did the combo work against her? It's not actually too hard. So 2V doesn't work at all. Oh, it does. Having trouble with the instant air dash. Oh no, my keys aren't bound. Let's see. Is there anyone in Nah, still nobody in chat. Let's see if there's anybody in the lobby. No. So there's a Concerto lobby open. Should be public. If people want to join. Oh, Shadow Pals. Let's see.
Fire seal.
Let's challenge. Hello, Onemi and Shadow Pelt. There we go,
Oh.
challenging.
I forgot the Concerto. Yep, that's the thing.
Let's see. Double. There are so many doubles nowadays. Oh my god, I saw that coming, but
Pretty easy.
I watched the documentary, your documentary on Amy. Or rather, the documentary where you're the hero.
I'll be real, I didn't knew what the script was.
It's like your hero's journey.
Yeah, I'm like, well, it's not entirely false, but, you know, it's the Hollywood version of it.
Yeah. With the rivalries,
Yeah.
Mayu being the villain. I like that.
That's always true.
Yeah.
Mayu players are always true.
Okay, nice close beat. And also your world journeys that never happened, sadly. Challenging the champions from all the regions.
I think it's really funny how, what is it? They didn't mention that I had to cosplay for the Lunar Hell tournament.
It doesn't work on her. Nah. Wow, and Beast on lane is finer. There we go. Right sides this time. I also like how they managed to somehow paint the cello player as a hero. I mean,
No, that's actually impossible.
yeah. Like the rivalry between Makoto and cello, and
I think it's pretty funny how they had to like pick a match where it isn't like Lupin cut plays, you know?
there was
like fucking up combos.
There was one section where I was like, wait, this is me, like the play style, and then but then there was a name over it, so yeah, it was me. When talking about footsies instead of showing overheads, I'm kind of disappointed.
I mean, it's kind of true. Just kind of.
Oh, speaking of overheads, I haven't done a single one in this set. Honest play.
Yeah, very honest. I mean, the neutral is honest, but once you get in,
yeah.
Which is fine. I really like the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, the other thing is that while the mix-ups are really dishonest, defense is actually really strong too.
Yeah, it's very important.
Like, if you manage...
Or you should admit, maybe like balance and stuff. That's like a very good point of this game.
Yeah, it is.
You can play pretty much whatever you want.
Like, even against stuff like cello mix-ups, RG and stuff is really strong.
Yeah.
What the?
Hello.
Hello. Let's see, who is it? There's Noodle and Fish. Oh, Fish, what? What?
Hi.
Hi, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I guess it's on Concerto.
It is on Concerto, and if you feel like playing each other, then go right ahead, right?
Okay.
Since there's a lobby room, I don't need to call every match. Is this a World Cup stream? Germany might lose at football, but they'll win at EFZ. There it is.
This really is a World Cup.
Game is so loud.
Yeah. It's always like that when you haven't played it for a while.
It's like,
Oh no, he'll pick Kana.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a custom Kana palette?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, that's a low, yeah. Ah. Oh my.
If I played Kana, I would just wake up EXP and
Yeah, I mean, why
there's
wouldn't
no
you?
need to watch it. This character.
It's just completely safe.
Yeah. Once you land, you already have the other, the RF built for another one, so like.
Yeah, and you can just chill up there.
Yep. There you go. Maybe the only real way to punish it is with like another cannon and do like EXP.
I mean, maybe there's stuff like Mio, lightning column things, or Kano's Lord of Vermilion. Ow.
Yes.
All right, let's. I don't actually. Let's do 5 matches, and then I'll see what else there is in the lobby. Who else there is if there's a match? Oh my god, Spectate. We are the only ones in the world playing this at the moment. This is a World Cup. Yeah, I know. Like I said, Germany might lose in the World Cup, but they'll win at EFZ. It's the important part.
I agree.
By the way, Morphman, if you haven't watched the documentary, you should.
I watched it.
Very it's very
It was
funny.
good.
Yeah. As I said, I'm just happy they put me in the footsie section and not in the disgusting overhead. One single move player.
Noted Yozansen player, Gordian bot.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
By the way, was the person speaking Spanish? Is that Guru actually? Like,
It sounded like
the one
him.
with the head- yeah, the one with
Yeah,
the
it
head.
sounded like Guru.
It's very funny that they got Guru to do that.
Oh my, I hate this. Alright, no more meter, no more reversals, that's it, the end. Oh my god.
I like how they're doing better with top and with Kana.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Alright, good game,
no.
Shadowpelt. Let's see. Oh, there's actually a bunch of people now. Even Whiteland, and he's unmuted.
For the record, I don't think I can connect to anyone.
Oh, you can't connect.
I
You
mean,
probably
I think I could, but I moved and I have a different internet, so I don't promise any stability.
my port is open, so anybody should be able to connect to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just try it, see what happens.
Whiteland should also have an open
I
port.
mean, I don't trust my internet, that's the thing.
Concerto Test 4 is still the current one, right?
It's the one I'm using. I checked just before the stream, and
Oh,
that seemed to be the latest one. So it says
One
challenging.
question.
Oh, why then challenge me? Okay.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
so when I was
well,
doing the JC with Dopal, were you like doing a OS to RG and then mash? Because if I didn't do the JC, you would always mash, and if I did do the JC, you would always RG it.
Probably, yeah. So, well, it's not exactly an OS. It's more like how you call like in practice it is an OS, but you don't think of it this way when you're playing. You're just tapping back and pushing the button, and it just comes out that way. It's like when you
Okay,
wake up,
thanks.
RG mash. It's another thing that happens pretty often. When you're doing this jump C, was it on wake up or was it in neutral?
After a knockdown.
Yeah,
I
after a
would try
knockdown. So
meaty
this
JC.
RG mash is like a really common option select in EFZ, where you just wake up RG and push a button, and if they if they attack you, then you RG into mash, and if they don't, then you just mash. Then a mash comes out. I guess it's the EFZ equivalent of delayed wake up mash, but a bit stronger. Oh no, I'm getting Concerto issues again. It's freezing, not responding.
Hello.
Oh, I heard a sound.
Yeah, was it Morph?
No, I just joined. Hello.
What's up, Dirge?
Nothing.
We have another double then.
I should play Doppel as well, to be honest. We
Oh
need
my
more
God.
Doppels.
Let's see.
Waffle World.
Okay, it works. I tried to challenge Morph, but it crashed.
My ping.
Can't believe that phrase. Is it working fine for you, Whiteline? Okay, nice.
Wow, just does it. Oh yeah, one thing you can do against this wake up RG into jump A or something is to jump in with jump A instead of jump C, and then just mash the jump A.
Nah.
Oh my god.
I didn't time it right.
And these wake up command throws are reminding me of more.
I don't know how to play this character. Nor this one.
Oh my god, it goes through.
There you go.
Okay.
I like how the tornado stays out.
No.
Fumble.
Oh my god, he went forwards this time. Oh my god, this.
Grip mini my. Didn't.
I definitely would have killed you with that BIC combo.
Nice.
Oh my.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no.
I, didn't,
I mean, it still saved you.
I like the half circle leniency.
Oh, I tried to counter super, and instead I just got hit. Oh my god.
GG's Noodle.
There we go.
Ultra misinput.
Also, I keep saying it, but level 1 has no invul. It's a terrible reversal.
Yeah, I know it has no info. I was like, I'm losing anyway.
Oh no. That's like 6 frames of invul, but that's hardly anything.
It's nothing. You just die.
Can't believe you didn't reversal, what the hell?
Didn't input. I gotta get used to half circle leniency again.
What? Something will beat it. Ow. Trying to reset. Oh my god.
And it worked. Yes!
Oh no, wrong side.
Oh no.
Okay, now I die. It was worth it. It worked for like 1 second.
Yeah, it did. Alright, let's do one last one.
Oh no more.
Oh man, that was such a morph command grab.
Oh, that hits.
Huh. No invul!
It's fun.
Oh. The worst part is that you still have meter to reversal. Uh-huh. Oh my god. What is this? Guilty Gear?
Oh.
Ooh, got him.
Alright, good games.
Good games.
Let's see. Maybe I can spectate. Onichiru versus Whiteland, or attempt to.
Mm.
Hmm. It looks like once Concerto fails a connection, then you can't connect to anybody.
There we go.
Alright, let's see. Fish versus Morph. Fish with Misaki.
Oh no.
Oh, connection timed out.
Oh no.
Here, let me challenge you, see if that does anything. Guess that fixed it.
Alright, let's see. Wake up DP.
Nice confirmer.
Oh, nice dash command grab. Oh, I didn't know that pulled out of the corner.
Yeah, it does. On most characters. Some of them it doesn't. I tried to do 2-on-4.
Nice with a home run, dash drive punch, waits all his BIC, and that's it. I kind of feel like Rumi should be doing pretty decently against Misaki. Like, she has the tools to beat out stagger pressure.
It's really easy to react to when the armor comes out.
I thought that was weird.
Not quite a home run, but Misaki in trouble. Spacing is pretty good for Rumi too. Oh no, that's really bad though. I don't think Misaki can OS Dragon Punches with her 2A.
Why didn't I see?
So dash into A. I'm not sure he should have taken.
Oh
this
no.
one, but, still worked out.
Shit. Oh, I spent.
Like, low HP Rumi is probably better off without the sword. Classic morph, Dragon punching the cross up.
It's not what I wanted.
And yeah.
Shouldn't have committed that.
That super is way too strong.
Pretty good.
Like, why does it have invul? It's like, even if they try to mash, they get grabbed.
So the dash super is kind of like a special motion, isn't it?
If you just do double half circle fast enough, then you get a dash. That's how I do it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, it's got 2 6s in the double half circle.
Dash install.
Hmm.
I kind of wish more supers had the ability to do like, you know, that dash sliding momentum at the startup.
I mean, any super does if you dash into
Do
it.
it fast.
If you do it
I
fast enough.
I
yeah.
think part of it is also because the Misaki's super command graph just has so many pre-super flash frames.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Like there are some Japanese players who use it in pressure strings, like 2A 2A dash super.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, that could really hurt. Goes for the BIC combo, yeah. Nice home run. Three, two, pretty close. Misaki is also a monster at that. Takes throws. Oh, actually, one thing I'm wondering is that I'm not seeing Morph do that usually he does is wake up 66UC. Because I imagine 66UC is pretty good against the Fireball.
Ow.
Nice 2B against the air dash.
Okay, sure.
Ah, yeah, blows up armor. Like resource-wise, Misaki definitely has an advantage.
Don't know why my close speed didn't come out. I guess I mashed too fast.
That's also something that's pretty good with Misaki is that you can always make a comeback. She's really explosive.
True. Where did my 214 go?
Again. I was half expecting GFM.
The pin. I should have done, really. One thing that's actually alright in this matchup is the 2-2, but I haven't used it yet.
As a counter? It's a grab?
Yeah. It
Wow.
actually sometimes works if they against armor.
Wow, high praise, it sometimes works.
GG's gamer.
If you count to like 5C,
Unlike in other matchups where it doesn't work at all.
yeah.
Like, does it grab anything? Oh yeah. Oh wow.
I missed.
Huh.
I'm gonna die from trying to use it now.
I mean, you use it. It kind of works. You didn't get. Can you juggle afterwards?
Yeah, it's completely untechable, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh. Doesn't actually sound half bad of a move when you put it like that.
It just kind of sucks against most characters.
Wow. Just doing it 2C into super. Ah, there it is. 662C.
Alright, I've got the idea for the best combo that requires the most tool assistance. Like, so you know how Anko's lemmings, some of them have strike property and some of them have
Nice.
projectile property.
Yeah.
Are the strike property ones counterable by Misaki's counter?
I'm pretty sure that they're not.
Oh, they're armor breaking?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all armor breaking.
Ah, that's...
The biggest difference is that they are also randomly shield breaking, like Shiori's shield.
Because if they weren't armor breaking, I was thinking that you could, like, you know, contrive a setup where you just get the correct RNG to be able to do, to have multiple strike multiple properly spaced strike property lemmings that Mitsuki can capture their counters to get a multiple capture combo.
Yeah. I think the best you can do is like get interrupted with random lemmings, since they're randomly spaced.
Yeah.
I probably could have killed him. Oh, the lag.
Yeah, you can't do that dragon punch, I see. Into air dash. These matches are extremely close. Alright. Let's see if I can spectate someone else. There's White Lane versus Mine Cat. I need to restart. Oh, great. Cello versus Unknown.
A fair matchup.
Yeah.
I agree.
It looks like Minecat is a unknown player. A player of Unknown. Meanwhile, White Lane is just random selecting as usual. Let's see. Oh no. Well, Mayu mix-ups. What can I say? I'm not sure that Oki setup actually protects you against
Oh, no.
Unknown's Dragon Punch. Yeah, it doesn't. She just gets to do it.
Yeah, Unknown has, I think one of the peculiar properties about her Dragon Punch is that the hitbox on it lingers longer than the visual scenes.
Then the animation, yeah, it's really annoying. Extremely annoying because you can think you want to punish her and then you just run straight into an invisible, gigantic hitbox and it sends you flying.
Yeah. If it was just like, you know, if it was actually where the flames were as they were dying out, then that might not be so bad, but it still covers the vertical part, which is really funny.
It's doubly annoying because it already has a super long animation and active frames just by looking at it, but then it has even longer ones.
Yeah.
Unknown Flight is probably really good against Akane's 2B, which she loves to mash at mid-range. Wow, Whiteland doesn't know how to combo Unknown.
I believe an Unknown main wouldn't know how to combo Unknown.
Alright, that was a real combo. Yeah, slide.
What is the Unknown mirror match like, I wonder?
Horrible.
Whoever gets the knockdown wins.
Well, that seems like a lot of matchups, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So none of Unknown's wake-up tools are good against her own Oki.
I don't think any wake up is strong against lemmings.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they last so long, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess if she messes up her Oki and she's too close, then you can reversal her. But
Yeah.
if she does it right.
Yeah, but usually people just get hit.
Yeah.
But in neutral, like, you know, Unknown has all the tools to fight against Unknown.
Wait, why is there Airu in the lobby? Is this actually Airu?
It might be.
Let me challenge him.
I know Minase said they were testing Concerto. Because he said that if it was lower than 10 delay, it crashed it or something.
No, lower than 10
Oh,
ping.
it's not
Lower-
going lower than 10
Yeah.
delay is not going to happen. Maybe we'll have like 10 input delay.
Yeah. But yeah, Japan only problems. A ping is lower than 10, Concerto
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Oh no, it looks like it froze for me again. If that is actually I lose, this will be some bullshit. Like, incomprehensible matches, but let's see.
Oh.
Oh, he was challenged by Shadowpelt. What the hell? Shadowpelt sniping him. Or maybe he has.
Wow, Shadow Pelt, good job.
Can I spectate? Do I need to restart?
The wonderful world of Rollbackia.
There's also some. Is this actually Ayadu? Do you know?
Or is it just Morph? I mean, not Morph, or is it just Guru?
Wait, now I see neither Shadowpelt.
Not Staffy.
No, I'm not seeing Ayadu anymore. Or maybe it was not Staffy. Shadowpelt is also dead. Wait, this time I'm gonna challenge him.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's working. And it, from the time it took, it might very well be. Holy shit, yes it is. This is going to be... It actually is Ayadu. Or at least or probably someone from Japan.
How's the delay looking? Like 500?
This is going to be stupid.
Moon sets.
Okay, he doesn't know how to play the underwater. You've got the advantage.
Whoa, it definitely is him. Nice.
Oh boy.
This is the most fraudulent game. I mean, at 280 ping. Oh my god.
Heavy.
Ah! Round 4, what the hell? Ah!
Damn.
I took a, I won against I.
Yo!
The most fraudulent match ever.
I can't believe that Germany's World Cup loss has been avenged
Yeah,
already.
I did say it. We are, even if we lose at the World Cup, we win at EFZ, and that's all that matters. Ow. Okay. Okay, nice. Very nice. Too nice for me. My offense. Ah. Yeah. Oh no.
I'm back.
Fire seals
Oh, no.
like I rule.
Not cannon mirrors. No, no.
My inputs.
Candle Mirror actually looks kind of an interesting matchup.
Interesting.
That's one way of putting it.
I think for the people who are actually playing it, it's probably really stressful.
Ah.
Actually, why is that 8 of you? That's actually pretty nice. I am Japan. Damn.
Oh my gosh,
Actually, yeah, you're right.
seriously.
I know that Chile and Japan have 12 hours.
Okay.
Oh, it's like 5 p.m. over where you are right now?
Yeah.
I'll try my.
Well,
Okay.
what's
Wow, are you counter-picking Kano?
Yeah.
How is this a counter pick?
Didn't because they always talked about how Mai is like really good against Kano. Partly because of the EX teleport.
Anything other than the mirror, a counter pick? I agree.
I do think it's a really hard matchup for Kano.
Hey, it's GG's fingers hurt.
Okay. Ah!
Wow, actually countering the overhead.
Ah, I can 2-2. Oh my god. Ah, it's airtight.
Delay 270 ms.
Oh my god.
You crank up the
Truly the
rollback.
finest netcode imaginable.
Yeah. Set your rollback frames to 20. Never play delay again.
Okay.
Just don't look at the screen. That's how you play. Zero delay. Don't look.
Zero delay. Yeah, you're right.
It's delay is just a frame of mind.
The teleporting's part of the game.
Yeah.
Chip can do it.
You think you hit them, but it's just the game.
Yeah, it was a frame.
You have to read the possibility of your combo not actually being a combo.
Yeah, and react
If
accordingly.
your mix-ups were nice, you will always get the hit.
See, I always play in zero delay no matter the connection because I'm a
Whereas-
very predictable person.
Oh my god, I need to find this now. Topic is zero delay.
I jumped.
Nice. Nice.
Kept getting hit by that the other day when I was fighting. I can't remember which new player it was.
Hate this game.
Okay, so he goes for them.
Oh, good clip. If you press 4646 enough, they could be anywhere on the screen. You never know.
Hitbox only. It's unfair.
Only JoJo players will pick that name.
Yeah, of course.
Ah. Is it kind of overhead? It worked. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Okay, yeah.
That was kind of incredible.
Oh. I'm dead. Or not. Oh, it's a rollback. Anyway, good games. What should I do? Who else do I play? Let's do one last.
Yeah.
For the World Cup Championship, who will advance?
Yeah. Ah, my reversal.
Go back into win.
Wow.
Oh wow.
All right. Good games, I do. Where is Aidu?
I wonder if I'll have to message him.
Yeah, maybe.
Japanese EFZ board.
Yeah, it's not even here.
Aidu. Where's Wetland? Is Wetland there? No. He's still in chat, but I'm not seeing him in. You should fight Airu so I can spectate.
Yeah. We can provide pithy commentary. I think Whiteland is still playing.
Oh, he's
Noodle?
playing.
Is
Oh,
it?
he's playing Noodle Mob. Yeah.
Ah. Noodle Mob, quickly and beat up Whiteland so that way you can kick him out. Play Iron.
Can't believe I actually played Airu. I mean, it was a 270 ping, but still.
Worth.
Yeah, worth it. Let's see. I guess I'll play against Fish. Or
Yeah,
maybe Spectate.
Can do. Will it actually pop up on my screen though?
Also,
Also, now that it's not appearing, maybe I have to reload.
Yeah.
Uh,
I saw you press it on the stream, so
did I
alright, I'm gonna
lose?
go challenge.
Did I lose with Mai? So, did I actually win with Kano and lose with Mai? What the hell?
he wasn't ready for the mirror.
Yeah, it's working. Also, Whiteland, when you challenge Aidu, tell me so I can spectate.
Yeah, I want to watch as well.
There was also not Staffy, but now there's not Staffy.
Not Staffy. Oh yeah, I was gonna play Doppel.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice. I just have 125 ping to Iru.
I'm really doing the double the double challenge with mine right today. I'm finding all the doubles. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh. Wow. That Mistfinder doesn't kill Tornado, I need to remember that.
Oh.
Oh,
Where's the
please.
overhead? My super.
Oh, actually now I know why I lost with my... Wasn't it the supers that would have killed? That just went straight through Kano and killed me?
Yep. That did occur.
Yeah, I think it was the last match too. Like last round, last match. Or there was maybe one round after that. But I would have won if I had actually hit that. I should have watched a White Lens video on punishing. Oh my god. It goes under the ball.
Why do I keep getting Farby?
Man, backdashing to bait is such a bad idea against double. Oh my god. My inputs.
I ping. It's dying.
I'm seeing it.
Why did I go for that?
Oh my god, it doesn't work.
Why didn't I do that instead of command grab?
Uh, Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Oh no.
Oh no.
But yeah, triggering gold double with chip damage is probably not a great idea. What? It goes under. Or was it the other one? There's another mightiest soul strike counter. You should play Airu if you're not already, so I can spectate. Is he?
I did not want that. Oh no.
Weird.
You dashed over my 662D.
Yeah. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. Why am I almost dead?
I
Wow,
was
you
holding up,
jumped?
but I got hit anyway.
Bullshit! You jumped? I can't believe it. I wanted the cool ending.
Nope. I was ready.
Wait a second, let me check it.
Are
It's
they
possible.
playing yet?
Yeah. What's it saying? It's saying White Plan is playing somebody. But I can't read because the text is in the way. White Plan, make some noise. Who are you playing? He's playing Noodle. Oh, Boost is playing Aidu. I didn't know. Oh, right. He said he had a 120 ping or something. Oh, I can't believe. I also played some of that matchup against Dobster, I think.
Yeah, it's annoying because you can't really do the downburst combos.
Basically gave it to me, but I got one round from Iru.
Is he playing Kano? Wow. It's the hardest of reads.
Alright, is Whiteland able to play a game against him, or is he still in the Noodle Deathmatch?
He's still into a Noodle Deathmatch, but I think he's waiting for you to be done.
Okay, I'm done now. I just played 5 with Iru.
Alright, well. Wow, really it trades. Then, I'm also gonna play last, and then I'm gonna watch Iru
Okay.
versus Wetland. Yeah, I've read this
I thought
matchup
that
is
was
pretty decent for mine.
yeah.
I don't know. It feels fairly even to me, but don't know.
Just depends if
Who gets started, basically.
yeah, whoever blocks first, basically.
Yeah.
That's something I like about Mai. She can always win, no matter how bad the situation is, given how strong her offense is.
The one round that I got from Iru, I basically did the whole close B, like the 5BB delay into FM thing.
Oh, nice reversal.
Messed it up. You have to do it really low against Mai.
Yeah, I read that Doctor told me she's annoying to combo.
If you do it low enough, the down burst, then you can actually. It's not too hard. It's doable. It's not like 1 frame anymore.
Ah. I wish I could hop over your slide. She hurts.
Oh, my grab.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Alright, good games.
Jeez.
Alright, Whiteland versus Idu, let's see. Or maybe I have to restart Concerto. Or maybe I can't spectate Whiteland at all. Alright. Time to restart it. Nice. Alright, let's see Kano. I hope I also see the Kano mirrors.
Yeah, but you know that White Lens Kano is jank.
I know, I know. Looks like he's playing seriously because he's been playing a lot of Sayuri lately.
I'm just gonna push a few keys on my keyboard to see if, no. Do you hear any keyboard noises?
Yes.
Thresholds?
Thing is, Idu has some amazing conversions.
Yeah!
And he has combo variations I didn't even know were possible, like double drum C, loop stuff.
It's gonna sound really funny, but one of the things I tried doing was if I managed to get out of the corner, or if I had like a ton of guard gauge built up, I do like wall dive stuff really far away from him to try to like get him to hit me so I could lose my guard gauge.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It worked better than I thought it would. But it was bad. Yeah.
Alright, 1-1. This is not an easy matchup for Kano, like every matchup basically, but she has like this thing is really strong against her spells.
Oh, the EX God Press?
Yes, the God Press.
Is it good against her spells or pokes?
Both.
I thought the spells would last too long. That good.
She actually has enough invul to go through Fireball. Which surprised
Oh, wow.
me. Like, see Fireball.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, basically, there was a match against Whiteland where I did Fireball Loki, and he just EX through the sea Fireball. But
The real question now, though, did Whiteland
it's really
remember
tied
his
around
own
the-
video or not?
Yeah, whether he'll deal with Soul Strike.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, that's another thing
Mayuri.
that's really annoying in this matchup. Her close B is really bad. Wow, Whiteland, I'm ashamed of that. God Press. Her close B is really bad against Sayuri's hitbox in the corner for combos. Nice timing on the 2A. I think he would punish Sayuri. Yeah. That's something that I don't use, but that's really strong. The instant jump C. Like, you need an IC, but it's actually really good. Yeah, there's the X Gaunt Press and how good it is. And it doesn't just blow up the charge, it blows up like her 660, her pokes.
Nice.
If only my super worked as well. Still, I was very close to winning. He did it. My super does work, just needs a delay. I did it too fast, okay. Nice. Yeah.
One thing about Iris quite different from you is that he does the wake up that shields move a lot.
Wake up what?
The force field.
The
That,
explosion.
Yeah, the explosion.
Oh, he does it a lot? Not really.
He does it a lot,
Really? He didn't do it that much
Yeah.
against me.
but he did it like I think that maybe it's just because he figured that I didn't know that I didn't know how to deal with it, and that he got like a big reward.
Oh, okay.
He did it like a lot.
It's possible.
against me, and he does it a lot against White Light too.
Against me, he did it a lot of RG into that explosion. Like, he wouldn't wake up into it, he'd wake up RG and then do it, or wake up, block, RG and do it. Like, but I guess you can't really do it immediately against Mai or Kano because of fireballs and stuff. Also, I thought when you were saying, unlike you, one thing he does, I thought you were going to say combos. This is so annoying. This is so dangerous. And there it is. Because she's so bad at opening people up, and like every charging is a risk against Sayuri, and poking is a risk because she can just God press, EX God press. Nice. Will he build it? Yes, he does. Ah, yeah, she's hard to combo. White lane, please. Looking good, but now she has full resources. Nice. White lane is typing. 2 used to player 2 privilege. Oh. Yeah. I'll have to make sure White lane is player 1 in the tournament. White lane, what are you doing? Yeah, no. Ah, there it is. Like in that situation, as long as you don't do it against a fireball or an A ice, then you win with EX on press. I guess Kano could also do a really fast charge and recover in time, but if you do charges like that, usually you're already pressing the next button.
Sayuri whipping B buttons in your face. What do you even do?
Oh no. You better hope you have a horizontal invul move. Or you're Mayu and you just ignore it.
Or you're Ikumi and you just ignore it.
Oh yeah, Ikumi too.
True.
Yeah, like that. You charge and recover fast enough, but then you're in the middle of your next move.
Yeah, you kind of have to like charge, cancel, and
Yeah,
flip
you
block
really
and
have to stagger, like to just charge and just wait to see what she does. Of course, the issue with that is that then she can just jump out and do whatever.
Yeah, but if you see her jump out, shouldn't that be a strong position for Kano?
Oh my god, how rude.
He made it work.
If you see her jump, kinda, but first of all, her jump C is really strong. Reset on purpose, yeah, the famous American reset. Also, American reset isn't a combo. That wasn't even a combo. That was just whiffing buttons.
Whip button into super.
Yeah.
Works.
Although I seem to remember Ailu doing that in a Grand Blue Fantasy tournament. So, hey.
Make them think that they're gonna punish you.
Yeah, he played, what's her name, Charlotta? Basically a gorilla character. And just with the button.
Tiny
super.
gorilla.
Yeah. It wasn't whiffing a button, it was whiffing a blanket ball into super.
Actually, Mayu.
Yeah, basically. What's a ping anyway?
Earlier, Whitelet said it was like 180.
180, ah yeah. I'm reading that. I'm cheering for Ailu because I don't like this matchup. It's a struggle. Like, you said, isn't that an advantage for Kano? It kind of is, but she has like 2C, which is really like a godlike anti-air. The problem is she doesn't get any return off of it. So you 2C her, she takes a bit of damage, she attacks, and she's out. And if you
Even
try,
with guard gauge built up.
yeah. And so you can try to challenge her with jump B and stuff, but then it becomes a bit dodgy. She might win with her jump C. Ah, again. Nice, but he doesn't have the magic to convert. Oh no. Full B-Ice. Just spends it to get out. Into ice. Cross Nova. Has to be careful about the EX Gaunt Press. Yeah, there you see he charged and did nothing. He was waiting for it. But it's just really hard. Yeah, Firewall.
Okay.
Now, Firewall is actually a pretty decent reversal option. It's super fast, and if you trade, you're at a big advantage, basically.
Oh yeah, because they get the fire.
It makes more sense if you were to like RG into Firewall. I think.
Yeah, that's one use. But even as a reversal, it's pretty decent.
Maybe not when you're in the corner though, because you're probably not going to get a combo out of it.
Yeah. It's kind of like Misuzu Juice.
Yeah. Except that's much easier to combo out of.
Oh, I also learned something from Ayu. Kano doesn't extend her hurt box when she 2Cs. So the Firewall trap doesn't work on her. She can just mash 2C. Well, I mean, for a certain definition of not working, because 2C is still, if she whips it,
Yeah.
then, she's kind of dead.
Yeah, I saw her do that to you, and I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
Does the firewall have invulnerable startup?
It has some invul frames, I think, but it's these like super flash invul stuff.
Or is it like one of those moves where it's like she has like quote unquote 10 frame startup, but the firewall comes out, the flame wall like will guaranteed come out after like frame something.
Like, there's some invul involved, but I'm not sure if yeah, it's possibly something like if like there's startup frames and then there's invul, and I think the super freeze comes up and she does a firewall. So if you see the super freeze, I think it's guaranteed to come out. Yeah, that instant jump C, really good. I should use it.
Wow.
Yeah, and you combo because of the guard gauge. Like, the only problem with the instant jump C is that you need meter for it. Whether it's to land into reversal or to IC it on hit. Okay, this is really close and pretty bad for Kano. I think in theory her FM is really good against the Sayuri, but in practice it's pretty tough to pull off. Wow, he teched in Kano's tech trap. Those are high ping, high rollback techs.
Yeah. Tech traps don't work in rollback.
Yeah, they don't work very well.
I can't even tell if you're kidding.
It depends. No, it depends on the tech traps. Some tech traps are
Yeah.
just brain dead, and you can just push the buttons, and if they tech, then the entire thing happens. But some you have to react differently, and
Yeah.
those are pretty bad in rollback because, well, you don't see them tech, and suddenly they've already teched, and you should already have picked a different route, combo route. Here you see the Kano struggle. Okay, but doesn't have the meter. Now that's also a high ping overhead. It only works in high ping. I actually got hit by it too. I mean, it's a terrible overhead, but hey.
Yeah, if they teleport into you getting hit, what can you do?
The thing is, even in high ping, it's pretty bad. Like, I wouldn't use it in 150 ping. Maybe 200.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Nice. She also has an option select with that explosion thing.
Yeah.
Again, it's working. I don't know why they made her dive kick so weak. Oh, nice.
Make it air dash cancelable again.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And also make the first hit of her jump be a high, an overhead. Surprisingly, we haven't seen Whiteland use his FM. It's also pretty good against Kano. You just teleport above her and smash her head in while she's charging or doing a spell.
It's also a legit counter to the Soul Strike.
Oh yeah, true. I'm actually surprised.
But I wonder.
Aidu uses Explosion more than Soul Strike as a reversal.
Yeah. Maybe it's because he knows that white.
Is that a punish? That move is so good against her. That would have been a good place for a 6C from Tano. Nice. Time to drain her the VIC. Ah, he messes it up. Gets a hit. Oh, that's really dangerous. See how he's trying to bait out the God Press? Oh, wow. She can do that? Cheap. I'm actually surprised she has time to RG into the counter.
I think it's like 3 frames that counter, so
Really?
it's kind of silly.
Start out with jump forward, jump C. I kind of hate how she can just whiff Farby and then just do the 63.
Just do it anyway, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Hit, whiff, whatever. Oh, that was probably a reversal attempt. The horrible mix-up that has never worked ever. That doesn't, even in 180 millisecond delay, it doesn't work. That mix-up is literally worse than Kano's dive kick.
I think there's a better way to set it up, but I don't remember how you do it. It still sucks. It's like a Nayuki mix-up.
Like
wow, harsh.
Yeah, when you see it, you wonder, wow, that looks really fancy. What is she going to do? And then it's just nothing. Just something really obvious. Wow, what is he doing? Nice. Like, see, she spent all that meter and only got 4,000 damage. Ah, there it is, Soul Strike. Oh no. Oh, he went for a charge. I thought he'd go for an explosion. Now, Sayuri has no meter, so she's not a threat, so he just goes in, yeah. And now she's a threat. Now it sucks. Nice. pretty dangerous. Kano is also pretty terrible at draining the IC. Unlike other characters like Mio who just need to do a super, or hell, Sayuri for that matter. Okay, level 3 Soul Strike. Yeah, there it is. Finally baited it. Nice. Front. Doesn't have the spells to... now he has to bait it once more. And he can win this or not. Damn. He goes for 660. All right. Let's see. I guess I'll see if I challenge Minecat. Looks like that was it for either good games. Maybe my Concerto is messed up again. Time to restart it. It was really nice having IU around.
Yeah, awesome.
First time I got to play him.
Don't think I'd want to attempt to play him. It would just be massive lag.
Let's see, now I'm dead. Okay. Let's go against Whiteland then. RG214. Oh, I managed to RG it in 270 ping.
Yeah. I don't know, it's really hard to like RG into special
Oh,
moves
you mean RG
in
as a
high
drum
ping.
C. Yeah, I thought you meant RGing the fireball. Ikumi, whatever. Ow.
Isn't this matchup annoying for Mai?
Eh. Oh wow, the blocks on that. Does this actually have more blocks on the counter hit? Is that one of those moves?
I guess it is a projectile, it might do. But then it's multi-hit, so you probably never see it.
Yeah. Wow, that beats my 2 beat. Whoa. Oh, what the? I thought Takumi was fat when she was crouching.
I think so. I don't think any characters get wider when they crouch.
Yeah, but my close B2A didn't work. It whipped.
Unless it's like the like
back.
flint shitbox or whatever it is.
Maybe. Oh, what the?
Fancy stuff? Oh, he messed up. For them.
It doesn't push far enough. Man, I can't talk if I actually want to play this.
Yeah. It's kind of too intense for that.
Basically, I can't comment, and if I start commentating, then I'll start getting blown up.
Alright, Fish, I guess it falls onto us to talk then.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
As we can see, Fire Seed scrub.
Yeah. Can't believe you would tech there.
Oh, have to try once.
Make sure it's real.
I actually would have thought that, I actually have no idea how this matchup, because both of the characters
man,
are like
yeah, she's
really
flat.
strong OP characters that could just sort of like ride one knockdown to like the victory.
I need to use a summon 2/2.
I think the Ikumi crouch comes into play quite a bit in this matchup. Also, her reversals suck, which I guess is not very helpful against Mai. Not that a lot of her stuff isn't reversal safe anyway.
Yeah, but she's kind of weird because of how flat she is.
A funny thing about Ikumi is that when she doesn't have, like, does she have reversal options?
Like, if she has blood, I think the 236C has armor, but that's about it.
Yeah, so like it feels like it just makes me think. Doesn't that mean that getting knocked down against Mai just like instantly loses her the round?
Nah, she's
Like, how does she get out?
You can't reversal against Mai anyway, so
That's true. So it's not that big of a difference.
it's the same game.
The other thing is that she's flat. She's when she crouches and blocks, she's flat, and some setups don't work because of that.
Yeah, because like I don't know the names of Mai's moves, but the one where Mini Mai goes up into the air, that seems to whiff a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like compared to Kumi, who like has actually no reversal option. Seems like Mai has
She
some
does have
reversal
she has
options.
command throw too. Oh no, you didn't push a button. What? See? Despite being so, what the fuck? Oh wow! See,
Oh,
that's
God.
what I mean. She's flat. Ha ha. You thought it was an overhead, huh?
Like the ultimate counterplay. You avoid the overhead by crouching.
Yeah. Speaking of overheads. Oh, I swear I blocked high. Oh wow, really? It beats that. What level are you at?
It's for coming noodle.
Cheers, Noodle.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Noodle. I can't. And I need to learn the spacing where that actually kills the dashes and where it doesn't. Wait, let me try this. Kind of have the feeling this is horrible, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, this looks horrible.
I just want to confirm it's horrible.
We need to remember why it's horrible.
Yeah. Wow, my drum C really too slow. Okay, sounds pretty. This tornado is pretty annoying. Oh, you didn't dash? Are you for real? Oh, he double jumped. Oh, what am I doing? What the fuck? Can you actually mash between Ikumi's jump A?
Probably. It's probably going to be hard though.
Oh, or maybe Kano can't because her 5A is slow.
Yeah. Alright. See you later, Boost.
Bye, Boost. And this matchup is just one long RG battle. What the fuck?
Wow. 236C actually working for once. Air tech.
Yeah. No, you don't. Alright, last one, and then I'll spectate someone else. I'll spectate others until the end.
Yeah, I haven't played White Lane yet.
Oh. Ah, so I do tech doesn't. And my hit rate on this RG into 5A is really low. Since when do you have that much blood?
Nice.
Why is this easier
Dead.
with Kanos than with Mai? What the hell? Good games. Fish and wetland left. Wetland is typing.
Oh no.
So I feel actually I can't RG the last hit of Drum C. Yeah, I know, but Kano can actually change the timing between the hits depending on the spacing of the Drum C. Like whether it's a meaty or if it's a bit far away, it hits differently. I mean, if it was easy to Drum C to RG all the Drum Cs, then she'd be completely messed up. I think it's easier with Kano because her pokes are just better, while Mai has trouble keeping Ikumi out. Oh no, I'll need to restart.
Oh no. That's a bad move to have captured. Yeah.
2A? Can
Yeah.
you block in time?
I don't think so. You might be able to.
The classic.
If she catches like 6-6A, then you kind of screwed.
Oh yeah.
You can do 6-6-2B instead, but it's not quite as good.
62B I think is a really good move. Like if you build a guard gauge which shouldn't be too hard with Misaki's, and you get a full combo off of it.
Yeah. Sayori.
Nice cross up. Misaki looks like she might be pretty good against Sayuri.
Yeah.
Actually.
She can just press 2-3-6B against the far normals.
Again, you just have to guess against a fireball, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but that trades anyway, so
Oh yeah, then it's really good.
it kind of puts you in a weird situation. That's going to be super, by the way.
Yeah, so slide, catching the slide will definitely punish it. Or maybe not, since when you do the slide normally you always IC it.
Or cancel it. Oh yeah.
I'm actually surprised he never went for that with Ikumi.
Mm. No. My super.
They should have given her a Gaunt Press feint so she can go into super. Like, it just moves forward but doesn't have a hitbox. And recovers fast.
Wow.
Not the most useful move to catch, but hey,
Yeah.
stylish.
I don't know, it might be. If I do 6-6A and they RG it.
Really.
Oh no.
You should still abuse the fact that he's P1 side. Oh no.
Finally. mashed.
It's the worst mix-up ever, again. It's the worst setup ever.
Where did my 214 go? Okay.
Nice. Does level 2 also grab in the air?
No. Well, I think it does, but it's quite. I think it. I don't know actually. But if someone's about to land, it's pretty. It's definitely gonna hit most of the time.
I haven't been hearing any cheering or anything, so I'm guessing Germany didn't do too well.
Mm.
What's the score? 1-1?
Wow.
Should have been playing EFZ instead. Oh hey, Rumi.
My link. Oh.
right. I'll also make that the last match on stream. Oh wow.
Oh. Oh. Level 1.
Yeah, level 1
for
is.
some reason. I was meant to do level 2, but then I whiffed and then I pressed A instead.
But that just means you have another level 1.
True.
Ah, that could have been it. The level 1. I will punish to the 2C. Oh, 2-1-4. Okay.
I just mashed.
I guess that does it.
We can keep playing, but
Yeah,
I
we
guess
can
that's
keep
the end of
playing.
the stream.
It's the end of the stream, but if you want to go on, then by all means. Meanwhile, I'll close the stream. So thanks to everyone who came to play, even though they've all already left. Thank you. And to the spectators. And what is there? There's a tournament on the 18th that I will post in stream chat. End of the year tournament. Here. So please join by all means. Will be pretty fun. I think it's Whiteline who will stream it, but yeah.
Wow.
It's tradition.
I'll see. I'll see.
And there's also Vortex Gallery. Do we have a link already? We do. This is on March. February is the 9th to March the 6th. I'll also post a link. And EFZ will be there too, although I think it's NA only. So yeah. So that's why I was thinking when he was asking for who was to stream it, if Wetland wants to play, it's probably better that I stream. For example, personally, I'm not a fan of and streaming and commentating and playing at the same time. It's like for Anime Evo, it was kind of annoying to get into the matches after commentating. But anyways, there's these 2 tournaments. So if you're interested, please join. There will be a bunch of beginners too, and yeah. So with that, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.